Hiya, it's Hannah the Artisan Duck, and I'm back today with a slightly different type of video. So I've made this cane and I'm really not happy with it. It didn't work out like I thought it was going to. I mean, it's kind of pretty, but it's just not what I wanted, and that really bugs me. So I thought I would take this opportunity to try to make something else with this clay, because I don't want to waste it. I put a lot of time and effort into this pattern, and I just thought this might be a great way to show what you can do to your canes if they don't work out and still get something really pretty at the end. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is to take this round cane and I'm going to make it into a square. So I've got two pieces of it here. So let's work on the shorter one for a minute. I just want to make sure they're the same thickness, because I'm probably going to end up using most of this, I think. There we go, it's about the same. I'm a little worried that this won't work because there's not much colour differentiation in it, but at this point I'll pretty much take anything, and any excuse to have a play with my clay is always welcome. So I've got an acrylic block and I'm just going to sort of squash the top and work my way along like that. And this will help me get straighter sides on my clay. There we go, so it's looking a little bit more square. And I think what I'm going to do is try to sort of put layers of this to make more of a triangular shape, so that we can sort of cut it and make a pattern with it that way. Right, so I've got both of them now as more of a square shape. So I'm going to cut them, I think, into 6 equal pieces. All right, so I've gone ahead and cut my 6 pieces, and I'm just going to go back in and reinforce that square shape so that they've all got roughly straight sides for me to line up. Right, so they are all done. So I'm just going to line them. So I'm going to put 3 in the bottom row, and if they're not quite the same length, I'm just going to sort of pull them to make them the same or similar length. I'll do those 3 there in a row like that, and then I'm going to put so I'm going to layer them so they're across the join of the one on the row below, like that, like a brick almost, you know, where the one brick would sit across the join of the 2 bricks below. So I'm going to put that one there like that. All right, and I'm just going to go in with this final one at the top like that. There you go, so you can see we've formed a rough sort of triangular shape. Now I'm just going to put it down. I'm just going to start sort of just pushing that clay together. So I really want sort of quite a smooth side and a really nice triangular shape. I'm going to have to be careful how much I do today. Got an unusually warm day in the UK and my clay is super soft. I'm not used to working with it this soft. I'm usually doing battle with it because it doesn't want to work with me. So I'm just pinching the edges to get a nice sharp point. There we go, so you can see we're getting a much better triangular shape. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut this straight in half. So I'm kind of going to ignore those ends a little bit. It's about roughly 5 centimeters. So I need to cut that about there. Like that. And then I'm just going to match those up like that. And I'm going to squeeze this again, and I'm going to sort of push it. I want to make this more of a square, so I'm going to push against the edge. So it's angling towards me, so I'm pushing it away from me on that straight edge to try and push this into more of a square shape. And again, if it's leaning towards the other direction, sort of squash it towards you. And now I'm going to go back in with my acrylic block. You can use anything that's flat, just to really sort of reinforce that square shape. I'm just going to go in at this point and cut off some of this end. There we go. Just because it's getting a little bit more tricky to work with. So now at this point, I could cut it again, and I'm trying to decide if I was to cut it again, what way would I sort of want to join it up, if that makes sense. It still looks kind of identifiable from where we started off, so it'd be quite nice to cut it in a different direction, so we cut into this shape a little bit more. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right down into 4 triangular pieces. So there's one. Try to make sure that I'm going corner to corner, like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it right from the point here down, and the same on the other side. So now I'm going to pick up one of my pieces, I'm going to leave it sort of patternwood facing in, and then I'm going to take this plain face here and put it out. I'm going to match the middle. I really want to sort of change the patterning quite dramatically, so I don't have to keep looking at this pattern that didn't work. I'm going to take the edge, so the plain edge again, against that patterned inside. And then I'm going to take this final piece like that and sort of position it back in. And now I'm just going to squeeze it and put this back into a square. So I'm going to make this into another triangle shape, and then I'm going to cut it in half again. So I think we'll just work on the top, and we'll make this section here the point of my triangle. Right, I'm going to go ahead now and cut this in half, and we'll see what we've got. So it's about 3. There we go, we match it together. We've completely changed that up now. It doesn't look at all like it started out. Just going to make sure the sides are lined up like that. And now we're going to work again to put this into a square shape. Right, so I've reduced it down ever so slightly, but I think what I'm going to do, instead of building this up to be a bigger cane, because I don't have that much, I'm going to take slices of this and build it into some jewellery pieces. Now you're going to want to lay, when you've done your slices, you're going to want to make sure that if this is your central point, that every point meets this. So if you're going to make a bigger square out of slices of this, you do one piece like that, the other piece will be turned, and you'll get the same sort of symmetrical pattern as you're going around. I shall show you what I mean, but I'm hoping that sort of makes sense. But now that looks nothing like we started out with, and I'm hoping that makes some really cool looking jewellery. Right, so I've gone ahead and I've conditioned some of the purple clay, and it's the same purple that's a majority of these, or the outside of this cane. So I've cut myself some slices, and they're not perfect squares because this clay literally feels like it's melting in my hands, and I'm too impatient for me to wait to see if it cools down. So I'm going to pick up my slices and I'm just going to start laying them on my clay. And there was a point down here that I'm going to class as my central point. So each slice, I'm making sure I sort of move it so that this corner piece down here, you can see it almost looks like there's like a movement down towards this edge here. That's going to be my center point. So you can see it'll make it symmetrical, or hopefully more symmetrical, as you build around using that point. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm hoping I've explained that clearly enough. I'm literally just going to lay those pieces as well as I can together. And I'm just going to fill this sheet with these slices and cut it to make some jewellery. So I'm going to go away and do this so I can focus on what I'm doing rather than trying to talk. And I shall come back and show you when the whole sheet is full of slices. Right, so I've just laid those slices on top, and now I need to roll over to smooth them all out. So I'm just going to take my time with this. And just try to get them all to join together. I shall pop back when I've done this. Right, and that's how it's now looking, and I'll just bring in a little piece of what I had to start with. You can see it has completely transformed the cane that I wasn't happy with, and I actually really like how that's turned out. It looks really effective. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some shapes out to make some jewellery pieces, and you can see we were focusing on this centre here, but every corner makes its own pattern, so you can use as much of this as you want. Yeah, I'm going to go away. I'm going to make some jewellery. I shall pop back at the very end once that's all done to show you what I managed to make out of this. I've still got more of this cane left as well. So that is how I've transformed that cane into that slab of clay. I shall see you again soon. So I'm just back to show you some of the finished pieces, and you can see here are some quite big earrings that I made, and I made sure to cut my shapes out of the same place on the pattern so you get a really symmetrical pair of earrings. I really like how these have turned out, far better than I'd even hoped they would. So there's those, and I made these little ones, and I put some little feather charms, mainly because the detailing in them, I don't know why, it made me think of feathers. So I just put some little feather charms on some of them, and then I played around with my cutters, making some different shapes. And, you know, again, I tried to make sure to cut both of them out of the same sort of section of the pattern. So this one kind of looks like everything's moving towards that centre. I hope I'm explaining that well. And again, I did some hearts and made sure to line up the centre of that shape. I can see a central line running up the middle with the pattern on either side. So there's hearts, and there's many more. I did some just regular shapes. I really played around, tried lots of different shapes, lots of different styles, just to come up with a few different ideas. I made these really long ones, so I had some little pieces that I could cut from. So I just cut out these tiny shapes and sort of hung those together. There we go. I really pushed myself to try lots of different shapes and styles with this, because ultimately this clay would have otherwise have gone to be sort of scrap clay, which I don't like the term scrap clay, but you know, would have been a base for something else. So I'm really pleased that I pushed myself to try to make this cane into something else. Now, obviously your cane, if you've got any canes that haven't worked, won't be the same as mine. But that's fine. Just go through the steps that I did. Try squashing it, cutting it, twisting it, turning it, and just see what you can come up with. As long as you can get towards a triangular point that you can then cut in half and make into a square, or however you want to use it, you will end up, I'm hoping, with an amazing pattern going round. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It did make me think of another tutorial I could do with scrap canes. So I'll try to do that at some point. Let me know below if you've had this problem, if this has been helpful, a great way of sorting out so you don't waste your clay and your efforts. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.